Hello everybody, we are Team EasternCare. This is our technical presentation for the My Agenda app. Here's the link to our presentation video.
My name is Rona Zhang. I will be presenting the workflow part and the interface mockups. This chart visualizes the workflow of my Agenda app. First, it asks the patient to select the primary reason for the appointment. It can be either a new problem or a problem that has been treated before. For the new problem, the patient has 10 selections. For each of them, there will be corresponding questionnaires. Then for all problems, the app will ask the patient to choose from the problem list linked to the patient's medical record and choose the current medication from the medication list and search the questionnaire. Once the patient is done, the app will ask if the patient has more reasons for this appointment and repeat the above logic. This is the mockup for my Agenda app. First, the patient will receive an email which contains all details about the appointment and the link that directs to my Agenda app. Then, as the workflow indicates, first the patient will select the primary reason. If it is a new problem, there will be 10 selections to choose from. If this is an old problem, there is a problem list linked to the patient's medical record to choose from. If the problem is not listed, then the patient will have to type in the free text box. The next steps are choosing from the medication list and completing STORM questionnaires, which contain specific questions about the patient's skin problems. After the patient is done with the primary reason, the app will ask if the patient has secondary and tertiary reasons. If the patient selects yes, then the app will repeat the same logic as the primary reason. If no, then the patient is done and will receive a confirmation.
My name is Ping Ling. I will be talking about patient visiting histories. A page with patient's basic personal information and all previous visiting history is displayed. When user press the healthcare provider, they will be showed all the previous healthcare providers that patient have visited before, and it can select the dates that shows all the visiting details of a specific date. A list of symptoms that are collected from previous questionnaires will be generated as a pie chart demonstrate all the symptoms that patient provided. And right on the right side, there is a pie chart which shows patient's diagnosis results in detail. Those historical information will display according to the selected dates and provided healthcare providers. At the bottom, there is also a checklist of patients' today's visiting conditions.
My name is Jing Zhao. I'm going to briefly go through the architecture diagram of our app. As for patient user, after they log in, their identity will be verified through Auth2 authorization service with their name and patient ID. Their requests are sent to File server and Cerner Millennial database to generate the personalized questionnaires. Patient's input will also be transformed to file or JSON format and stored in the Cerner database. As for clinician view, physician can access to the clinician dashboard that contains information of each patient. The dashboard fetch and post data through RESTful web service. As for developing my Agenda app, we're going to use Python Django web application framework. The front-end user interface will be built with Bootstrap templates, and the back-end will be using PostgreSQL. Our app will be developed in the Cerner sandbox that implemented with Smart and File standards. We will use GitHub to deposit our source code and for version control. As for final delivery, we will use Docker and Jenkins to deploy our app on HDAP.
I'm Ming Cui, and I'll be talking about some potential issues our team has discussed and determine possible solutions. First of all, the standard doesn't support the quaternary and quaternary records, so we have to use separate database to store patient data. However, there are many databases out there, so the first thing for us is to determine which is appropriate for this app. We'll look at a few Python library choices and find the best one. Also, we only have to access to 2 or 3 databases right now, but we can test them to see which one works better. In addition, the file model may change in the future. However, we will work with the current standard. Because we will adapt it from an existing app, so the compatibility is a big issue for our app. We will need to link the database for patients to be able to select from the problems list, as well as make improvements for them to select new problems for appointment. We will do some analysis of our tests. Additionally, UI research needs to happen to ensure that it works friendly for the human user. Thank you.
As you can see from our Gantt chart, there are several things we'll accomplish in the following weeks. We're going to deploy Hello World version test app on HDAP. We're going to build our app locally for both front-end and back-end applications. The details of these progresses will be presented in our next deliverable. We are Team EasternCare. Thanks for your attention.